Hey friends, how's it going? Monday evening? Your favorite day of the week? Maybe not. It's certainly mine. It wasn't always like that. I used to hate Mondays, but now they really got to me. Markets reopen. I get to go back to my beloved job. Usually Sundays I take off completely, so yeah, I like Mondays. Today I want to talk a little bit about motivation. What's your motivation to become a trader or anything really in life? Where do you get the motivation? How do you keep it? And do you even need it? I think you don't need motivation. If you need to motivate yourself to do something, then I don't know, maybe it's not really your thing. Motivation is way overrated in my opinion. If you really want something, you just go out, you just do it. So I posted something on Twitter saying that if you want success, then you have to show up every day for 2 or 3 years without excuses and focused effort, focused work. You will see real results after 2 to 3 years. But can you show up every day for 2 years without the proper motivation? Yes, you can. As long as the motivation is intrinsic. That means it comes from inside of you. It's not extrinsic. Extrinsic motivation like money, fame, girls, guys. It's never gonna get you the long haul. It's never gonna keep you spinning for 2 years every day. No way. The motivation needs to come from inside you. You really have to want it. That could be that either you really want to have the life as a professional trader, you really want to have the life of a rock musician, or you really want to become the next Paul Tudor Jones, I don't know. Extrinsic motivation is, I want to quit my job, I want to have a lot of money, I want to buy my family, this and that. That is all extrinsic motivation. That all goes away either once you reach that goal, that extrinsic motivation. Like I want to buy a ship cruise for my mom, then you bought it, and then what's next, right? That's extrinsic motivation. You want to quit your job, but that's not enough to become a trader. Once you quit your job, then what? Maybe you're gonna hate your life as a trader just as much as you hated your life as a cubicle slave, right? So intrinsic motivation, I wouldn't even call it motivation. It's just this drive inside of you that you get up in the morning and you do every day what needs to be done in order to get to where you want to be. And I would even go so far as to say that anti-goals are a better motivation than goals. Like, I don't want to be stuck in my job anymore and so on. But the problem with the human brain is that it too quickly forgets how bad something feels. As soon as you're out of that office job, 1 month, 2 months later, you will have forgotten about how horrible it was. This is simply a protection mechanism of our brain. That's why bad relationships seem much better after breaking up. And that's why so many people think it's always a great idea to get back with the ex, for example. So even though anti-goals are better than goals, in my opinion, because once you reach goals, there will be an emptiness inside of you, which is undescribable. Horrible. If you set a goal like you want to have $100,000 and you reach that goal, then you're not gonna feel happy. You're just gonna feel like, okay, that's it. What's next? Or maybe you don't even feel like what's next. Maybe you become completely disillusioned. And anti-goals, they will just slowly disappear. The motivation from anti-goals. So what's there to do really? Well, you really need to get that inner drive going. It's like you really need to tell yourself, I am a trader. I behave like a professional trader. I want to have the life of a professional trader with all the sacrifices and also the good things that come with it. Sitting in front of a screen for many hours, psychological stress, basically being an excommunicate of society. Not a lot of people will understand what you are doing. Many things, right? You really have to love it, you have to breathe it, you have to be it. There's no way around it, or you will never make it. For me, when I say I'm a trader, I feel proud of that job. I really love it, and I have a hell of a respect for everyone who makes it in his profession, because it can be so gut-wrenching. Besides that, well, what I always like to do is that I imagine myself on my deathbed when I'm like 90 years old, or maybe 80. Don't be too optimistic. And look back over my life, and if I then can say like, that was nice, you did everything you could, you gave everything you could, you had one hell of a ride, and I would do everything the same way again. That to me is the biggest motivator to do something, and that gives me the inner drive every day to grind it out. Now maybe for some of you, you have children or a family. I don't have that. Well, if you have that, I'm pretty sure it's a huge motivator too, especially if you are the biggest earner in the family. But besides that, the only thing that ever got me going was thinking about myself when I'm 80 and imagining myself looking back over my life and thinking, hell yes, you did a good job. You have nothing to be ashamed of, and maybe some people will remember you for what you did in your life, being the best trader you could, and also being a good teacher and mentor, of course. Money, lifestyle, sure, it's all nice, but it doesn't give you enough fuel to really take it to the next level. You want to wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror and be really proud of what you're doing. That is exactly what you want. No identity crisis, no doubts, no thinking, what if I did this, what if that, and so on. No. All of that will bring you directly into Hell's Kitchen. You need that inner drive, and you need that incredible ignorance as well. You need to be incredibly ignorant and not listen to other people's opinions. And that's why the line between success and failure is so thin. Because people like Elon Musk, for example, they are completely biased, 100%. People that live on the street, they are 100% biased as well. Just, if your bias is right, you are unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. If your bias goes wrong, you will absolutely destroy yourself and the people around you probably as well. That's just how it works. So if you really think this trading thing is for you, then yeah, I love the money that comes with it. I love it. I love the lifestyle, everything. And I would never ever want to go back to my day job. But what really gets me up in the morning is my future self with 80, preferably. I hope I make it that long. But even if I would die tomorrow on an airplane, I would probably die in peace. It wasn't like that when I was unhappy with my life, because every time there was turbulence, I thought, what if I'm going to die in this plane now? I haven't fulfilled my mission yet, right? But now if there's turbulence, I don't mind. I can sleep like a baby, because I'm doing exactly what I want to do in this life. And no one can take that away from me. Absolutely no one. And I'm just gonna do what I'm doing for the next 50 years and enjoy life along the way. I hope that was not too philosophical for you guys. Just my 2 cents on this topic of motivation, goals, anti-goals, and maybe your mission in life. Have a good week. Talk soon.